All right, guys. Hey, I want to say welcome, Stickies RC, Operation 11 Charlie, as well as we got the sandwich maker himself, JB the Voice. Hey, guys, welcome to Record RC. I'm really looking forward to our chat, man. So,
Hey, thanks for having me.
let's go around the table. Introduce yourselves. Tell me a little bit about you and what got you into RC.
Go ahead, Stiggies.
Okay. Um, my name is Rich Holman. I'm the founder of Stickies RC. I started RC, way back in the mid '80s with the Grasshopper. That's where a lot of people started, and I got my I got the first RC10, the original gold pan. I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks after it was released. That was when it showed up at our local hobby shop. Started racing. Been kind of in and out RC ever since. Took some breaks here and there, just life in general. And then about a year and a half ago, I got my first crawler, and now I have a collection. And that's I think that's typical of RC crawling. Is once you get one and you get started, you can't stop. You got to have more than one.
So do you compete at all, or is it just because you enjoy it?
Just because I enjoy it. It's crawling for me. It originally started just my wife and I we enjoyed going out hiking all the time, and I had sort of some issues with joints and whatnot, so we would go to help me loosen up and whatnot. And I saw the first Element Enduro video, and I had been racing pretty consistently for the previous 6 months or so. And when they announced the original Enduro Sendero, I was like, oh, wow, Associated's got this RC crawler thing. That's interesting. And I started watching videos, and I was like, oh man, when we go out hiking, I need a car to take with me. And that's kind of how it started. And then the channel and the videos just kind of happened shortly afterwards. It started with my wife was just filming with her phone, and I posted a couple videos, and then it was like, nope, I need a better camera. And then it was, oh, I need a better camera. And then it was, so now I need an editing program. And yeah, and now I'm posting videos twice a week. On the 11 Charlie show every Monday with all the guys. And yeah, it just, the last year and a half, I really sort of embraced the crawling community. It truly is brotherhood. Amen. And I've never competed. I've actually never even been to a crawling event or anything like that. I was looking forward to Proline by the Fire this year and Axial Fest, and that got ruined. So, but yeah, it was really just once I got started doing it and I started making the videos, I'm completely hooked. I can't stop doing it now.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, having your wife join you is kind of like I'm working toward it. I'm working toward it. My tiny human enjoys it, so that way it's kind of bringing her out of her little shell.
Yeah.
Although she does enjoy, she puts as much stress on that 6x6 I got over my shoulder as anybody else that I know. So who's our next victim inside this round table here? Is it JB or the man AJ himself?
Well, let's see JB can talk. I'll go last. If not, I'll go.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
So about 16, 17 years ago, I think the T-Max 3.3 Nitro came out. That was my first RC. And I hadn't had one for about 16, 17 years before. And then I ended up getting a Yeti and then an SEX10 too. And I mean, I just love it. I can't help myself. I'm like Rich. I just want to own one of everything. So, and I mean, our RC is every day for me. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I'm at work.
Dude, that's awesome that you're at work while we're having this discussion. By the way, make sure you hit up his sandwich shop because that looks fat man approved.
Hey man, it doesn't matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. If it's Operation 11 Charlie, I'm there. It's for the team. So
Cool.
Dedication, brother. Dedication. I love it. I appreciate having you, man. It's awesome. All right, AJ.
My brother. I just want to say thank you for having us here, man, and we appreciate you, all my brothers from Operation 11 Charlie. We have a lot more. We are a big crew. A lot of people that help us. We really appreciate that. So me, I'm new in this hobby. Me being a disabled veteran, I was 14 years in the military until I got medical discharge in 2014. So I was struggling, still struggling for many years after I came back from Iraq. And then I just ran into the hobby. We have two boys, two nephews. They always here with us, so they're our boys. And one Christmas 3 years ago, I went to Hobby Town and said, "What kind of RC, what kind of RC I can get for them, that will not break like the Walmart ones that we usually get them, right?" So
Mm-hmm.
we got them two ECX amp MTs. So we bought them. We gave them for Christmas. We had a blast. I said, "Man, I need to start this. I think I like this." So I went, like, I bet most of us start bashing because I didn't know about crawling on trail trucks back then. So I went and got a good old two-wheel drive Rustler, right? So I got hooked immediately with it. Um, then looking at YouTube videos, YouTube University, right? How to build and how to work on the cars, all that stuff. I ran into crawling and trailing. The first thing I thought they were one-to-one cars. I don't, are they real cars or Jeep? What the heck is this? So then I start, reading more into it, looking more videos. Say, man, this is awesome, man. I like this. So from there, I went to my first crawler was a kit, man. I never built nothing in RC related in my life. I said, what the hell I'm doing now? So I got the Grand Cherokee kit, XCX10 too.
That's a solid kit, man.
I love it, man. So we went. I always appreciate those people that do the how-to videos, man, because that helped me a lot. So I build it, and from that day I got hooked, man. Then I'll start going trailing and crawling, and it felt so peaceful, right? And just working on them. I love that. Just being here. I don't get out of my house that much, so me suffering from severe PTSD. This is my bunker right here. So then I started, like I said, I started crawling and trailing, and it was relaxing. Made me get out of the house. Also, big shout out Daniel RC Voodoo. He was here with me, and we went crawling and trailing a lot, and so that helped me a lot. Then more people start adding up, and now how many maybe 20 after in 3 years, 20 RCs and counting. So yeah,
That's the beautiful part. The and counting.
and
Yeah.
counting, brother. So I love it, man. For me, is therapy. So well, we talk about Operation 11 Charlie, how it started, but on my side, that's how it started with RC.
Dude, that's like flat out. That's awesome. I've been in crawling probably about the same amount of time that you have, to be honest with you. And you know, so look, what's probably one of the most memorable experiences that you've had on the trails to help that like you can go to when you're having that stress right? That you can just go to and just kind of like relive that moment.
Well, the most memorable um, time was actually when the first time I went crawling with the veterans after we started Operation 11 Charlie. I was still the guys, because I know it was helping me and my family was, was looking the difference, and I was coming out of my room, like I said, but seeing them happy, seeing them relax, and telling me, "Hey, Javier, bro, we appreciate this, we love this," because it's make us not think about all the negative stuff that we're going through, have on our heads, any kind of conditions we have, right? So that is seeing their face, seeing them happy and relax. Uh, that's the most memorable. And every time I go out with them, it's like the first time, when I see them expression and just being around them. That, I love that, man.
That's awesome, man. So Stickies, what about you? What's one of, like, when you're in that stress zone? What is your go-to spot to help get yourself back to like a zero?
It's going to sound really strange, but it's about 5 minutes from my house, and it's a drainage ditch. Um, but it is some of the best rocks and setup that I've been to. It's so nice that it's close to the house. Um, and I've joked a bunch of times on Facebook comments and whatnot, and in comments on my videos that I've taken from there, where people are like, man, it's such an epic location. And I've joked that whoever did this, they were an RC crawler, because nobody in their right mind would have put all of these rocks up and then poured concrete over it the way they did if they didn't have this in mind. And if they didn't have it in mind, then it just it's just I guess the luck of the draw.
Happy accident?
Yeah. But yeah, it's a storm runoff, and it runs basically from the northern part of town down to river bottom, and in total is probably about 5 or 6 miles long. And every place where it goes through underneath the road, they've stacked up all of the rocks and then concreted in for erosion. And it's just, I have along this drainage ditch, I have probably 8 or 9 places where I can go crawling within a few minutes of my house. And it just, all of them are really easy access too. I basically just pull right up next to it, get out of my truck, unload everything, and I'm there crawling within, 20 feet. So that's those are my go-to spots. And it's just, there's nobody around. Occasionally I run into a homeless person, or a beehive. I have run into a few beehives down there, but most of the time I'm there all by myself.
That's awesome. I can imagine that being really just zen, for lack of a better term. You can feel it, just chill. So,
Yeah.
Justin, as you're making a sandwich, you good?
I'm good, brother.
Where's your happy place when you go you got that stress to go relax?
It's called Mount Garfield. It's about a 2,000-foot cliff face here in the valley. And I like to get up there and just look over the whole valley here in Grand Junction, Colorado. You can see the entire valley, and it's a great shot for pictures and stuff like that. You get up there and you just kind of forget about the rest of the problems.
Are you anywhere near close to the crawl space?
Isn't that Denver? I think that's Denver.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know.
I could be wrong. I'm not entirely. I know I've heard of it. It could be here, or it could be Denver.
Okay, I don't know the layout of Colorado. That's why I ask. I'm here in Virginia, man. I know my area and like up to Pittsburgh, and that's about it.
No problem. No problem. As for a memorable moment, though, I just want to mention this because it didn't really hit me until Operation 11 Charlie. But the event that I did out here in Colorado for the 970 Crawlers Club, there was a young woman who walked up to me afterwards who told me that she lost her husband before he came home in the service. And I tell you what, it really hit very close to home, and it's something I'll never forget. It makes me feel really good about what we're doing out there. So
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
now I'm sorry, I might have interrupted you there.
No, no, you're good, brother.
I'm pretty sure that we all just had that moment of silence and understanding the hardship that you have and that wife endures on a daily basis, man. That's yeah.
Family, family. They suffer a lot with the veterans. You know, especially like we talk offline. You got two different person, even though it's the same one, the one before and after deployment. So all those changes, all those struggles, the family as the one are the one who suffer with the veteran, right? So yeah, it's tough.
I can see that from knowing my friends that have gone and served. And it didn't matter what theater that they were in or what branch that they were in. I did see them a difference, even if they saw combat versus they were support. There was a big difference in just who they were
Yes.
when they came back. I've not seen any one of my acquaintances or friends back to that level that I've known them previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we love our scene. That's why we love tiny trucks.
So let's get into the actual the deep mission of Operation 11 Charlie. What do you have going on with? I mean, I see you guys everywhere. You got hands in Colorado, Florida, all over the nation,
Yes.
supporting veterans. So, what is your mission down, like, straight to the point?
Yeah, we are. Our focus is trying to bring awareness in veteran suicide. Right. We lose around an estimate of 22 veterans a day. Right. And me being a disabled veteran with severe PTSD, some other conditions, like I said, I started in this hobby. I noticed that it helped me out. So so I came up with some of the guys a year ago. We would just planning to do two giveaways, man. Veterans Day and Memorial Day weekend. Actually, last year Memorial Day weekend was our first giveaway, and a lot of people support us since the beginning. It was just amazing. All the people that jump in since the beginning, and since we started doing those giveaways, we had done over 22 giveaways since then, and still counting. Right now, we have around maybe close to 10 RC that we're working on. We have a few people outside that are helping us, and it's just been amazing. And like I said, what we want to do is bring our veterans into this hobby to help them cope with their situations, right? Like it helped me and all my brothers here in Operation 11 Charlie. Uh, it just been amazing, man. Amazing.
So, so I mean, I know each one of you guys has a support role.
Yes.
From what I know as, I guess you could say, your proverbial outsider, I
Mhm.
see AJ. I see you as the face, as the organizer, man, getting it done with hands and fingers everywhere.
Yes.
Rich, what's your role with the organization supporting everything?
I deal mostly with kind of the marketing aspect of it. Um, I do like every single one of my videos is it begins and ends now with 11 Charlie, contact information, everything. I'm also sort of in the background reaching out to companies, um, reaching out to people that we can bring onto the show. Um, but a lot of it is really just reaching out to companies, talking to them about the program, seeing what we can do to get them to help. Um, I've had several interactions with the folks at Mission 22. I'm going to start working with Carl at Wounded Warriors. He's going to try and help me get into contact with some people here at the VA hospital in Los Angeles, because it's a huge location. So we have a lot of potential veteran giveaways that we can do there. You know, my spot on the Monday shows. But yeah, I do mostly. I'm mostly kind of working in the background, just trying to find. We're working towards getting finalized for being a 501c3. So that's when we finally get officially certified by the IRS, then my outreach is going to get stepped up a couple notches, because then we really have the ability to go after companies that, you know, want to donate, but they obviously want it to be a tax write-off. So that 501c3 is important to them. But once we start seeing that, then probably my involvement will be probably more on the surface. You know, you'll see me. I'm going to try to do a lot more events. Obviously, California we have a ton of events going on here normally, but right now California is basically just kind of a black hole. So eventually I'm hoping that everything's going to get opened up. And then probably around this time next year, I'm actually going to make the move back east, so I can actually be kind of closer to a lot of our chapters. I'll be able to be closer to Javier. I'll be within a normal drive from where he's at. Whereas right now I'm all the way on the other side of the country, basically. So, and that the East Coast is a good base of operations for a lot of companies. A lot of companies that are sort of shifting their geological locations now away from certain states. California being one of them. That's unfortunately we're not doing terribly good with bringing business in. So kind of makes sense that we go to a more neutral spot to work with companies.
So I guess, I mean, knowing that Northern Virginia is a hotbed, probably just like Florida is for veterans in North Carolina.
Yes.
Do you guys work with anybody up our way outside of DC?
Yes, we have a bunch of representatives right now. We have Nathan in Pennsylvania. We have that's Axel Twist RC. We have Jeremy Kilborn out of Maryland. We got Sean RC Adventures. He's in New York. We have Arthur Johnson Excalibur. He's in North Carolina, so he's close to Fort Bragg. I'm missing somebody, guys. In this. Oh, we got
Wayne
Kibler in Honolulu, Atlanta,
Georgia,
Atlanta chapter, and growing, and we're growing. We keep adding more people into our chapter. They're trying to help us out. Plus, the other side, we got people in Colorado, Texas, Wyoming, California, and some other places there, Ohio, and they're helping us out.
That's awesome. And just throwing it out there, actually, I know Jeremy pretty well, as well as I actually know Nathan as well from Axel Twister. Jeremy and I collaborate quite often with especially some of our personal sponsors. To see a lot of lining up with where we are at. It's kind of crazy.
Yes.
How things have happened. I get to see them probably once every couple of months or so.
Jeremy is our command sergeant major. He's a big part of Operation 11 Charlie. Big shout out to Jeremy.
He just got eaten. So look, I'm gonna throw him under the bus here because Jeremy's my guy. I'm like, He redid the truck for me because I let his wife had some issues with her 10.3 at the Recon G6, and I
Mhm.
said, "Hey, here's mine." Put her body on it, bound her controller, and I said, "Go." And he completely redid it top to bottom. And he came back, and I have a reputation for making things work just so they work. And I came and I got it back, and he's like, I'm like, dude, only an E9 can make this wiring look this good.
It's awesome.
For those who are not veterans, that completely went over your head. But for those who know, are in the know, there's a reason. So I mean, I'm looking. So as Operation 11 Charlie grows,
Yes.
you've seen clearly you've seen exponential growth
Yes.
from the expected 2 trucks to all of a sudden 20.
Yeah.
Looking at that, and as you know, Rich is throwing out, once you get that 503 503c 5013
501c.
yes 501c3 IRS status,
Mhm.
that literally opens Pandora's box.
Yes. Yes.
So where are you, like, knowing that, where is your vision pre paperwork from the IRS, and then once you guys get your your paperwork from the IRS, where do you see Operation 11 Charlie going that can really support our vets, man?
Yes, yes. So thank God to all our subscribers, supporters, and sponsors. Like JJ Custom, Dixieland, uh, uh, IERC, a bunch of sponsors that we have help us maintain it until now. As of now, like Rich said, we are a nonprofit and we are in the last stage of our 501c3. When we get to that point, we want to reach, like I mentioned, not just the veterans, to their families too. And we have done that. Sometimes we had done giveaways that we had to give in more than one RC because they have a son or a little girl that, and that's what we love about RC, and brings the family together, especially our veterans. Sadly, most of us, we distance ourselves from our family. So the tiny trucks help, kind of like bring that bond together, right? And yeah, man, it's our goal is huge. We have a bunch of, like I said, sadly, prevent veteran suicide. We got a bunch of veterans that are homeless. We got a bunch of veterans that need a lot of help. So it's a lot more than just our scene when we get that 501c3. You know, we're gonna hopefully in the next few 2 years we're gonna have our headquarters here, based out of Florida. Then we go from there and keep growing in each state. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff we can do. And also, Sticky can add more to that.
Yeah, I mean the for us, we're looking at it as 11 Charlie is only limited by our imagination,
Yes.
and looking at veterans, their families. We also want to expand to first responders.
Yes.
Um, we had a great giveaway a couple weeks ago
Yes.
that Javier did. That Jeremy Kilburn actually built the truck.
Yes.
Javier did the giveaway, and the veteran's son was
William.
he was so enamored with it, he actually took it and put it in his room. And Javier instantly went into action. We had another truck that was almost completely built. He went into action. He got it finished up. 307 Scoot got some stickers put on it, and then Javier was able to give his son the truck, which that helps him get out and spend quality time with his son. And I know I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, that Javier had a get together with a bunch of the vets, and he was
Yes.
able to come out with his son. They did some trailing, did some barbecuing. So
Oh yes. Family day.
that's I mean, for all of us, that's the payoff.
Yes.
Being able to see the smiling faces, the more we can expand. We're gonna start with the headquarters in Florida, but eventually we could have places everywhere. Like I said, we're only limited to our imagination, and as far as us, what we can do to help vets, there's always going to be new ways that we're going to think of, whether or not we can have facilities where we can have people that can help veterans who are just struggling emotionally. We might be able to have counselors, or we can have people that can just simply help them get connected with the VA, fill out VA paperwork, um, health benefits, financial benefits, all of that. Just anything we can do to make a vet's life easier, pretty
Yes.
much.
That actually brings up a very good point, especially with the paperwork side of things. There's a certain way they want things done in order to get anything done. And as a civilian, even I know that. And look, I'm seeing, so because I have it on speaker view, you guys didn't see Rich's giant sigh of that's an understatement of imaginable beliefs.
Mhm.
So, like, I mean, from what I understand, I think that right there would be one of the best things that you could possibly offer vets
Yes.
is to get through that. I don't even know. It's not even a spider web, man. It's worse than driving in the city of Pittsburgh in a blizzard with streets to nowhere.
And most of us just having guidance, because sadly it's a big gap between the military career and the civilian life, and trying to help them cope, and trying to help them, trying to guide them, and let them know that we are there, we are here for them, and what is out there that can help them out, that too. And I think that also can minimize, uh like I said, all the misfortune that veterans go through, and when they get out of the military life, like suicide and some other stuff. So yeah, we trying to fight that. We trying to bridge that gap. Help let them know that we are here for them.
That's a hell of a gap to try and bridge.
Yes.
Uh, I mean, so from like I said, the civilian side, um, I really I admire the vision of Operation 11 Charlie. Um, you know, a lot of people have to deal with PTSD in some form,
Yeah.
but definitely few deal with it in the manner that a veteran who may have seen combat or even supported combat and seen the aftermath of combat
Mm-hmm.
does. So hearing that mission, man, I'm just like, I usually talk a whole lot more. It has it's got me quite humbled, and I know a whole bunch of our people know me personally as well, and I talk a lot.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
It's a tough conversation. It's a tough conversation, but it's stuff that's going out. Is happening out there for our veterans, sadly. So yeah, sometimes it's tough to talk about it, but we have to let them people know what's going on out there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking forward. Is there kind of a theme that you guys, as Operational Charity, do with your RC builds? Is there like a brand that you go with, or better yet, where can people go if they want to help donate parts? If it's kind of like one of those hodgepodge trucks that just works.
Mhm.
Or you can reach out to us at 11charlie.com.
There you go.
Yep.
It's that easy. 11 the number charlie.com. There's a contact there. That goes directly to me or Javier,
Yes.
and we're there all the time. Or you can contact us on Facebook as well. Me and Javier are always on Facebook 24/7.
Yeah, I'm gonna share some of those links.
Thank you, brother. I
in
knew
the
you
chat.
would.
I appreciate it. Uh,
I see you got the website link up.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Right there. And that's our website there. And our website there that you guys can see the GoFundMe page. There's a contact section there. If somebody wants to contact us to send us parts or whatever they want.
Whatever reason, I can't see your the website right up.
Okay, let me see. I can share it for you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that magic share button.
When we do giveaways, right? We don't have no brand in particular. Right now we are doing a build offs, right? Builds, but eventually we're getting a lot busier, so we're gonna have to get more ready to run. And this is, let me
There
know.
it is.
Can you see?
There it is. It's coming up right now.
Yeah.
So this is our website here, 11charlie.com. And here you guys see a Veterans Bill raffle. We have a raffle going on. Everything that we'll do here is 100% going towards our veterans. Like I said, we had done around 22 giveaways and counting. So we have our GoFundMe page here that anybody wants to support us. We are working towards, while we're doing the giveaways, and taking our veterans to USDE. To so they can experience an event like USD here in Florida. So right here, everything right here, this is the raffle, right? Rich.
The Monster
You got it.
Energy Low C Rock Ray.
Yep.
Ready to run.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be fun. Someone will send that.
Yes. So it's $10 to take it on that. So it's still open. Right here, you can see some of the giveaways that we have. We still got to update more of those giveaways that we need to add on. And this is our contact section here. They can contact us. So like I said, 100% everything that we get here goes towards our veterans.
That's awesome. I see you guys have some apparel as well. You guys offering, selling.
Yes,
Bring that back up so we can see some of those T-shirts. Where
definitely.
you getting them from?
Definitely. We got Teesprings, that we got our store in Teesprings. Let me see in apparel. And also locally, anybody's interested, we got hats. Let me know when you guys can see it.
Yep, there's the Teespring ad.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we can see it pretty clearly.
Yes. So we got, this is some other stuff. They could go here when they go to our website. So just scroll to it. Like I said, 100% that we get here goes towards our veterans.
That's awesome, guys. So to our viewers, I know I got a lot of my regulars, and I know you got a lot of your regulars as well.
Yeah.
I think the best thing that we can do as a whole community, as an RC community, is get this knowledge out there and past the trolls of the Facebook forums.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's all, man. And just helping us share what we do. Some people, I know there are hard times right now, so just helping share what we do. We have a lot of stuff. We got hats that they can contact us and interested in one of the shirts. We have, thanks to Eric Warren, we have a special patch just made for us in Operation 11 Charlie. So that color, let me see, I could get them real quick.
Yeah, go grab that. I actually have Eric coming on Monday.
Oh, excellent. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we just had him on last week.
Yeah, I was watching that as I was getting some stuff ready to go. I had the opportunity to meet him in person at the Recon G6 event.
Awesome.
Although he was only there for 20 minutes because he was passing through, but it was still great to meet him, meet his better half. Is that a Carry All RC bag that I see?
Oh yeah, Mike, fellow veteran.
Oh yeah, he is.
Fellow veteran Mike, a big
And sponsor.
big supporter of Operation 11 Charlie.
He's one of my personal sponsors as well.
fellow veteran who. So yeah, Eric Warren, when you guys see this color combination, it's only made for Operation 11 Charlie, right? And there's $10 a patch. Anybody interested, just go into that website and they, they could contact any of us and we will send you the patch.
Good. Now that I got paid, I'll pick one of those up. I love his patches, and I love that my daughter stole all his stickers. By the way, that I bought at the G6 event. That's a story of life right there. So I mean, looking forward, you have a great outlet. I love that. I think that, like, as you said, Rich, the next level is getting that 501c3 certification.
Yes.
That piece of paper opens up so much more, because I think you're right. Businesses, being that where the economy is and it's tight in many aspects,
Yes.
they're looking for that magic tax write-off.
Yep.
Yes.
So, looking forward, what are some of the next kind of builds that you guys are going to be doing? You have a rock ray, which, by the way, they're awesome. I love sending those things up for a raffle. Like, what kind of projects do you guys have coming in, and where can people go to donate parts to for those hodgepodge make it works?
Sure. And that website, like I said, we had that contact. Whatever parts, whatever they want to do to help us, they can let us know, and we will give you our address, our PO box, so you guys can mail us. Or if it's cash, we got our GoFundMe page. Also, we have our PayPal account. So for Operation 11 Charlie, we have Nathan Axel Twister RC. You mentioned it earlier. He's working on one of those builds. I have one here is already complete. It's a few stuff that we need to add to it. That one is going to go to a fellow veteran for the Vietnam era, strong old school veteran. So we are looking forward to that. Most likely it's going to be next week. So we're going to add a Vietnam veteran to our warriors here in Operation 11 Charlie. How many we have? Maybe 5 on our side, and we have like 4 or 5 more coming from another fellow veteran that he's working and some builds. Go ahead, JB.
Michael Lloyd Hibbard. Yep, and those guys
There you go.
working on. Yeah, I just you talked about the future of Operation 11 Charlie, and right now our biggest goal, and one of the goals in the future is to take veterans to these events like USTE and stuff like that.
Cool.
So that's, the current builds and stuff that he's talking about, these 4 builds, and then Michael Lloyd Hibbard is working on some other builds and stuff for us. All of this stuff is stuff we're planning on going to USTE with.
Yes.
We want to take 14 veterans to this event, and we want to be able to give them RC cars if they don't have them, give them transportation, give them lodging, give them food, all of that stuff. So I know you talked a little bit about, the jobs here in Operation 11 Charlie. I am the logistics director, if you will. So that's one of the things that I get to put together is how to get these guys there, how to feed them, how to, get them food, how to get them RCs and stuff like that. I think Rich said it the other night. What was it? I'm the glue that holds this stuff together.
Yeah.
But, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I did want to mention that. And yeah, we have a lot of great people. I just want to really quickly, it's a team of people, man.
Yes.
It takes a team of people to do this. I know that Javier is an awesome leader, and I will follow him into battle every day of the week. But really, if we didn't have the team that we did, I don't think we'd be as far as we are. So.
Oh, yes. Definitely. Well said, Justin. Definitely. We have an amazing team, a lot of people that support behind the scenes. Our sponsors, just amazing. Our supporters, I know we got here RCU next Tuesday, Bill and Jay, even though they're across the pond, they're always supporting us. Kevin Gibbs, a bunch of guys always supporting us. We cannot make this without them, man. So we are so grateful and humble about it.
That's awesome. Like, what I really love seeing is it's not just vets supporting vets. It's also, your group is international,
Mhm.
as you just kind of threw out here, and that right there. Is there a thought process to possibly expand to the international aspect?
Yes, we have talked about that a few times. Also in the military, we have served with a lot of different military from all over the countries, our allies. So there are brothers that went through the same stuff that we went through, and yes, we want to do that eventually. Uh, Trying to reach out to more. We have a lot of people know about Johnny Reigns. He's a big supporter. He's in New
Yeah.
Zealand, so most of our bodies is they come from him.
Yeah.
So that tells you the range of how this the big support that Bill and Jay, like I said, I'll see you next Tuesday, Pat, and some other guys from all over the world are helping us just to trying to help us accomplish our goal. But yes, we want to bring that towards different countries, not just here, eventually.
You brought up Johnny. I've been talking to him for, man, years. At this point, he was one of the first people outside of my buddy over at Buy It, Break It, Fix It, that it got me hooked on the thing, on the whole hobby. So I want to, 3 years ago when the first sports came out,
Yeah.
I no joke, I blame him and one of our other buddies for this whole rabbit hole you see above me that extends into my other part of the basement, which extends into, I have a dedicated shop. It's bad, man. It's bad. Hey, what's going on, Black Turtle? So look, I really look forward to see where you guys go. You talked about this. It's really a sobering topic
Yes.
to, have experience, have friends, and know of people that are one of the 22 each day.
Yes.
Um, and your mission goes directly to support trying to bring that number down from 22 down to 0.
Yes.
Um, you know, looking, you have.
Well, now wait a minute. I do want to comment on that because this is something that's said quite a bit.
Mhm.
Even if we brought that number down to 0, that would not stop what we're doing today.
Cool.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
That's beautiful. Because no, I totally agree. Because as soon as it gets to, let's say it does get to 0, no matter what you do, there's still that risk of rising up, and that's what will make your work even more important.
Yes, and not all veterans, like I mentioned earlier, have the same luck as me. That got my wife and family support me. If not, I wouldn't be in a long time ago part of the 22 a day. So sadly, some of our fellow veterans they don't have that that support. So that's why the more people that do what we do, the better. There's a lot of thousands and thousands of veterans that need our help.
I mean, yeah, I can totally, knowing the amount of veterans that I do in my region, I can absolutely see that. And I would it be fair to say that one of the things that's hardest for a veteran to do is ask for help?
Yes, yes. You're not gonna see yeah, you're not gonna see a veteran. Yeah, it's most of us. We just stay in like I said here in my bunker. You know, most of us. It's not easy to find a veteran, especially in the conditions that we're looking for with severe PTSD. We don't mingle with other people. We don't get out. So we trying to avoid all that stuff. So it takes another veteran trying to search for another veteran. So that's why we are being blessed that we have the VA clinic here in my county that are helping us with that. So they're sending us veterans from the VA clinic, like Rich talked about earlier. We got Carl from Wounded Warrior program that has been helping us tremendously. So we are being able to reach out to more veterans. It just like Kevin said, just self isolation. And
Yeah.
that's why we love this tiny truck stuff, because most of us we don't get out, and this it kind of like makes us get out in a way. When we do training, mainly it's only veterans and their family, because we don't like I said, we don't mingle with the civilian that much, when especially when we are in that condition, and we trying to help them get back into the community, because now they're not in the military. So that's why we trying to bring awareness, so civilians will know how to handle and how to deal with a veteran, how to approach a veteran, you know.
Yeah, I like coming from the civilian side. I know I've said it a bunch of times. Um, it really is kind of a kid glove care. You have to approach a veteran. And I've actually developed a rather warped sense of humor
Mhm.
from having so many friends around me.
Cool.
And that's my way of helping them with that type of situation. It took me a while to develop that too, but
Yes.
now I'm not gonna lie, man. I'd make you giggle. But so I mean, so you have all these other groups that are looking into it. Let's say someone like let's say you've got a lot of other people coming in, and just you start getting flooded. What kind of characteristics would you be looking for, uh, you know, to find out those people that will actually help and really support your the cause, and not just be have their name attached to it?
Good question, and that's a tough one. So
Yeah,
go ahead, JB.
we fight that every day, brother.
Cool, cool.
We fight that every day. There's a lot of people out there who want to help, and we love that, and we appreciate all the support we can get. And there's a lot of people who want to help for their own reasons, and it's hard to differentiate between the two. And it is something that I spend. Well, and it luckily we've had a few days off, but I spend just about every day on the phone with Javier going over Operation 11 Charlie and this stuff. And it's one of those things you got to understand. We take help everywhere we can get it. We're not going to turn down anyone.
Mhm.
If you want to help, we're here. We need it. So,
Yeah.
sooner or later, somebody's going to get a free promotion off of us. I don't know what.
And,
It's
and go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
yeah,
Ray.
But but it's
part of
you
every
guys.
nonprofit.
It's our supporters who will see. You guys have to be aware. You guys have to be paying attention and see who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? You guys will know who's here for the right reasons and who's not. So
And a lot of our supporters try to protect it, and do, because they know what we do is serious. It's not just our scene, we got people dying every day.
no, it's life.
So it's more than just RC, right? And just hear us, our culture here in Operation Let Me Charlie, we're being humble, right? It's a brotherhood. It's a safe zone, like Trail Credit RC from Canada. One of the guys of Operation 11 Charlie says this is a safe zone for our veterans. We don't want to add any more stress, any more trouble to our veterans that come in. So we got to protect that tremendously. So it's for me, it's very personal, you know, and I know for a lot of the guys too. We have a fellow veteran in our organization that just working towards getting help us get to our goal. STP Allen being one of them, fellow veteran from California. Um, a lot of companies, like you said, JJ Custom, big shout out, Rapes RC, Sharif, amazing supported. So
Yeah.
uh, it just, like I said, it's a family oriented, safe zone for veterans. Being humble, respect. I always tell the guys we gotta show respect no matter what. So yeah, that we show respect, we want the same thing back, right?
Yeah, and that I know that a lot of nonprofit organizations, the ones that are really the ones that you see explode, like the Wounded Warriors, the Mission 22s, programs like that you see just explode. Um, the conversations I've had with people in both organizations, it's inevitable that, you'll get people who are gonna, they're just gonna try to ride on the coattails. And it's just something that's gonna happen. And like Justin said, it's everybody sees that for what it is. They will see people who are just latching on to 11 Charlie just so that they can have their name attached to it. Whereas the people that, all the people that are a part of our team, um, they ask for nothing. They do everything. They ask for nothing in return. And it's just all about the program. And that's why, right now we're still able to dedicate 100% of everything that comes in goes into our program. It goes directly to vets. We're buying kits or RTRs, batteries, speed controllers, servos that now we're getting servos from Reefs, which is great. Toolkits, car stands, so that when we do a giveaway to a vet, he has everything he needs to take everything out and go trailing.
Yes.
No headaches, no worries, no nothing. We try to build up the trucks enough, or we pick specific RTRs because they're good quality and it's not something that's going to break down. It's going to be tough.
Yes.
So that way they can go out and have fun, stress-free, not worry about it. And if they want to, if they really like what they're doing, which it seems like all of our vets have thoroughly enjoyed being involved in RC. You know how it works. Once you get the virus, it's just going to keep going and going and going. But the initial startup is that we provide them something that it's a worry-free rig.
Yes. And like Rich said there, when we do our giveaways, we give them everything. We give them chargers, batteries, extra parts that we know that can break. So we want to get them no worries in their builds. Every build, we're trying to make them very capable. We do mainly, and we always in our builds, we got to keep in mind that most of our veterans, they've never been into this hobby. So we cannot give them like a comp truck or stuff like that. That is very difficult to maintain and to use whatever and to repair eventually. So we trying to have all that in our in our minds when we do our builds.
So, I mean, that's a very good point that you guys bring up, is looking for basically that reliability inside of a truck. So that way when you do provide a veteran the opportunity and experience, you're giving them something reliable,
Yes.
not just a piece of junk that
Yeah.
is here you go, and then they break it in 10 minutes because
No.
they
Yeah, we want something that they can, because me, I love to work on them. So we want them to learn how to work on them, and we get them RCs that they could be upgraded to the fullest, whatever whatever route they want. So they want to go to a comp or whatever, they could do that with their build. So yeah, we have that in mind. That's why I know you mentioned we use either Traxxas, the TRX4 Sport kit. We use that a lot. We use the Enduro. We use that XCX10 too builds. And so those are three builds that you could upgrade, whatever route that they want to do, is a trail truck, crawler, or comp truck.
That's real interesting, because that was going to be my next question. What are your go-to kits? And in my mind, as I know I have a reputation inside the community where I send stuff, I'll put something on 4S and just to see what it does. That's exactly the exact trucks that I build my stuff off of. And by the way, I want to do a quick shout. We got Axel Twister himself, who's who's throwing it, doing a build right now in the house as well. So I
Nathan,
want to give you a quick shout out. You've come up a whole bunch of times. I'm sure your ears were burning.
What's up, Nathan?
Nathan, we love Nathan. Nathan is our Pennsylvania representative, so he's a big part of what we do here in Operation 11 Charlie.
Pretty awesome.
And he is currently working on a sick build.
Yes, yes.
Build
And-
22.
Yeah,
Around there. Yeah.
somewhere around 22. But yeah, that is and Nathan's absolutely putting heart and soul in it. So not only is it an awesome rig, that thing is going to be built. It's going to be built like a brick porta potty.
Yeah.
Also, too, I just wanted to throw it in real quick. You talk about giving the rig. We give the LiPo batteries. We give the tools. We give everything. But the major part that you're going to get when you get a rig from up is you just joined a brotherhood.
Cool.
If you need support, we're here.
Yes.
So
Yes, we don't, yeah, we just don't give it away. That's it. Because we want them to use them. We want them to be part of a group. So either is it here or whatever we do, if we have our group, we want them to be part of that, So that our main goal is for them to use it and get out and, exercise it and use to the fullest their RC.
So I guess my next question is going to focus on. I know a lot of us use Amazon as a primary place to get replacement parts. That are cost effective. Now, have you guys? I assume that as soon as you guys get up your 501c3 status, you're going to apply to be part of the Amazon Smiles program, correct?
Well, we like to support our local hobby shop, so our local hobby shop, JJ Custom, Dixieland RC, D&D Sports. Now we got Eric Warren and Eric.
Excitement RC, Eric Warren. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we got different other hobby shop. They're helping us out, and we're gonna try focus in all of that. If we can do that, yes, but mostly we're gonna focus in our local hobby shop and people that have been supporting us since we started, and people that keep adding,
Yeah.
So let's say someone wants to go to Reef or Dixieland or whatever. What address would they put in if they want to just order something and have something magically show up in your PO box? Where would they send that?
So that's why we have 11charlie.com. When they go to our website, 11charlie.com, in the contact information, they just contact me, me, Stickies, or Justin, Scott. We got a lot of the guys, Nathan, and we will give them that information out there for them. 11 the number, 11charlie.com, and contact us, and they want to help us doing that, we'll be gladly to give it our address, our PO box.
Awesome. Because I know sometimes people get a little gung ho and they're like,
Yeah.
where do I send it? Where do I send it? I want to do it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And that really makes sense, especially, that way you could support and put parts where they need to go.
Yes.
So people aren't wasting their money.
Yes.
And also, that's less overhead for you
Yes.
guys as well. And I'm sure Justin over there loves a little bit of logistics too.
Well, and any reason, it doesn't have to be if you just want to give us something. If you want to talk to me or Javier or any of the guys in the group or whatever, if you just want to reach out, if you need an ear or, if you got an idea, hit us up. Let us know. Talk to us about it. So,
Maybe they know a veteran that needs help. All that stuff that we have done. We have a bunch of veterans on a Facebook group that people like, the ones you see here, and Kevin Gibbs always supported them, because especially at night, I always say that, especially at night, that's when our demons comes out. It's a struggle for us, mainly our veterans. So always we got people there 24/7 trying to help our veterans. So if they know any veterans that need help, you contact us too. We could guide them in the right We are not doctors, so we gonna guide them in the right directions.
Yeah, we can direct you to any number of people. They can help out.
That's awesome. By the way, I know one of my buddies, a personal friend of mine, just popped in, and he enjoys the Warhammer type stuff. So I know he's got a little bit of attention to detail, and I'm trying to get him into RC because I know Warhammer's fun, but sending stuff and getting in fights with using your truck to combat copperheads so they don't bite you on a trail is a lot more fun.
And he would probably enjoy the scale aspect of it. I know personally, I have a couple of friends who are also pretty big Warhammer fans, and I've been working on them in the same way and sort of directing them towards the scale portion of it, because you like all the attention to detail. Scale is perfect for you, because that's exactly what it's all about, is how much attention to detail you can put in that car, so that when you take a picture of it, people can't tell whether it's a RC or if it's a 1-to-1.
So it's kind of funny. There's one particular Facebook group I like to frequent because it has less stupidity and more shenanigans than others. I mean, because there's a clear difference between the two. And yes, I did censor myself quite a bit. So, and are you guys followed the Drink DB Brotherhood at all?
I do not.
The podcast?
No.
All right. So, but there's one particular group that actually I do exactly what you're talking about. They're a bunch of gearheads, mechanics, all over. That's where I go to get any kind of car information. And I actually have on a weekly basis, I kind of put something out. I'm like, is it scale? Is it real? Or is it RC? It's kind of a growing theme. And I've been surprised with the amount of detail where you're exactly right. It seems like a lot of veterans have a special attention to detail.
Yes.
Is past comprehension of most people, because literally they're in a situation where they had to, or else some things were going to go south real quick.
If you don't have attention to details in the military, it could be bad real quick. It could get bad real quick. So yeah, we all that attention to detail is like stamping to us 24/7 into our brain.
And that right there, that attention to detail totally understands where the scale side of RC is. Like, you guys, that I can absolutely respect that whole thought process. I mean, I'm not attention to detail by any means. You can see the above my head. It's like, oh wow, there's too many scratches on that.
Bacon.
Oh, Justin, bring in the bacon. Come on, man.
So what's sad is no one else can see what Justin's doing.
Yeah.
Because I have it on speaker view. But you know what? I'm going to take it off of speaker view just so everybody can see that Justin is playing with the meat. We can just enjoy this view for a second.
That's hilarious.
Hey, I'm the funniest guy I know, so you guys get to experience that side of it.
And since everybody has been seeing, the amount of sandwiches that Justin has been busting out since we've been talking here is staggering.
No.
It's staggering, man.
You gotta move.
I've got it on so everybody can see what Justin's doing as well. You can just enjoy the sandwiches. So listen,
It's sandwich me.
go online, go grab yourself an Uber, jump in your vehicle, keep this discussion going on, and go get yourself a sandwich, because that looks absolutely amazing.
Extra bacon, please.
Yes. Hit your local sandwich
side
shop.
of bacon.
If you're in Slippery Rock, hit up Bob's Subs, because that's the place to be.
There you go.
So yes, man, I can't not watch the amount of how fast and efficient you are, man. I can't not do
23 years of food service. This is what I do. I'll be making sandwiches for Operation 11 Charlie soon enough.
There you go.
You know, we talked about, and I wanted to touch on that just a little bit too, if you don't mind. We talked about the headquarters.
Please
Yeah.
do.
And we talked about Javier talked about demons coming out at night and stuff. And that is one of our goals with the headquarters, is to have places not only in Florida but all over the United States, for that matter, where if you're a veteran, you can go 24 hours a day. If you've got a problem, or if you just need to go crawl it out, if you will, you can come in anytime, ring the buzzer. You don't have to even bring a rig; it'll be there for you. Those are the kinds of things that we're looking for to provide to our veterans.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's I mean, rather it's like it's a self-guided emergency system.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Basically, we can provide a bunch of facilities that would be an all-encompassing everything place.
Yes.
Anything a vet needs, he could come in and
We'll have
Eventually.
beds. We'll have a hot meal if you need it. It'll be there. If you got to crash here tonight, we can do that. You know, so be one of those things. But yeah, I mean, people who need help, people who are in the dark, who can't get out of the dark, those are the people we want to reach.
Yes.
Mhm.
That is more than that is way past more than admirable. I really hope that everybody watching can please, guys, do I know a bunch of you guys already do more than your part, but for those people who are relatively new to the channel, to learning about Operation 11 Charlie, you're just tuning in, please make sure you go back and you watch and listen to what their mission is, because they're really here to help those that are struggling with those demons. And whether it's through RC, whether it's through just that opportunity to have a safe place from people that have a familiar experience. Most people cannot offer that, and that is something that Operation 11 Charlie, their team, is offering, whether it's through the Book of Faces, YouTube and other social media outlets. And in the long term, I'm looking forward to hearing more, and once you guys have a brick and mortar place to support the veterans, to support those with PTSD.
Cool. Thank you, brother. Yes.
You are quite. By the way, I'm still in. I left it on the not speaker view, so that way we can enjoy the efficiency of those sandwiches being made. I'm telling you, I'm about to go to Wawa because that's about the only place that's open. I am.
Oh, love Wawa, bro.
I know, man. There's something that's got to be said about those PA sandwiches. Literally, I got a Sheetz and a Wawa about less than a mile apart. I will hit Sheetz for the good stuff and Wawa for the sandwiches.
Yep.
I spent a fair amount of time traveling around in the United States, and that is what I know. It's crazy. Wawa, White Castle, it's one of the things I'm looking forward to when I move back east, is having access to food. California, we have food here, but everything has Brussels sprouts and avocado and kale on it.
That has
And in order to find really good food, I mean, you can't beat going down south and getting barbecue. So that's one of the things I know I'm looking forward to. And yeah, watching Justin drive me crazy. And Kevin Gibbs made a comment earlier, Justin, that you are the nuclear powered sandwich maker.
You'll be making
run off 6S over here.
The day he died. Oh, that's excellent, Brad. Oh, So, yeah, we're just. I figure it's time to kind of transition to a more of a lighthearted. We've been heavy for a while, and I know I've gotten a few texts here through the evenings, like from friends that had to bow out because it was hitting home.
Yeah.
Hitting home way too much. So bringing it on to a little bit of more of a lighthearted situation. I can't not stop staring at the sandwiches, man. I hate you. I'm gonna go as soon as I ask this question. I'm gonna put it on speaker view, and I'm gonna go order me a damn sandwich. I hate you. I'm fat for a reason, and that's a reason.
I can tell you that as soon as I'm off the show, I'm making a sandwich. I'm
I hate you, Justin. I love to hate you, brother. All right, I gotta take it off the speaker, out of the gallery.
That's it. Actually, guys, my phone's about to die, so I'm going to say goodbye. But hey, I really appreciate you guys having me on the show. And Javier, man, thanks for letting me be a part of the team. And to all the guys on the team, thanks for being a part of the team. I really love what we do. So.
Thank you for what you do, brother. Stay safe, man.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. I appreciate
You guys have a good night. I'll be watching.
Cool.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to
Absolutely.
you, brother. All right, gonna hit. All right, go back to our gallery view. So as soon as that light stops shining off of Justin's head, we'll be good to go. So all right. So what kind of builds are you guys looking forward to on your personal side? I know you guys have. AJ, you said you're that your passion here and your solace is to tinker, is to just keep your hands moving. What kind of build are you working on now that kind of encompasses all of that?
Well,
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I got my my driver. Yeah, just working on.
Is that a black lab?
Yeah, that's my service dog. Yeah, I got That's Bear. Yeah, that's my service dog right there.
Awesome. We actually, a family note, we actually just adopted a 5-year-old black lab about a month and a half ago.
Bear's probably scratching at the bunker door right now.
Most likely he's out there listening. You talking about me?
Uh-huh. Ken's my dog's name is Kenzo, meaning wise, and I've never known a black lab that's wise. I know he's sitting on the couch because he's tired of laying on this concrete floor.
Yeah, they're a handful. I love Bear. Yeah, so so I'm working on that. Replacing motor right here. Got a torque master for it. So have a few stuff.
Is that a TF2 or is that going to be on an 10-2?
This is a C2X.
Okay. You do the motor drop on that bad boy? Bad girl?
Yeah, I got C2X. I have done a bunch of upgrades so far in it. I've done to it. ERC.
Yeah.
I got that working on some more stuff. 1080. I love that 1080 ESC, man. So also shout out to Reeves RC. It's gonna go in there.
That 555?
444.
Okay.
444. I got a 555. I've got a couple of 555. I got one on my Capra.
Yeah, I've got one in my Capra as well. It's unstoppable.
Yeah.
So you think so you guys want to take a second and take a look at the Raw 500s. It is essentially a 555, but it's faster.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the Raw 500 that's in my bomber. Absolutely. I went through 3 servos before I came to the Raw 500, and because it's a bomber and it gets the tar beaten out of it, that Raw 500 is the only one that's lasted.
Yeah, this this particular chassis is Northwest Scalar Designs. I actually helped design the actual chassis itself before Corwin went off and added aluminum, which I kind of pushed for. If you guys can see it, I got that raw 500 in this, and I was lucky enough to be in the right spot at the right time, in the right chat with the right circles to grab. I grabbed a good old fashioned raw 500 that's gold.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, you got that special edition from
Yeah.
My buddy, that's sitting in it's probably, quite frankly, it would make your OCD of attention to detail. It would make you twitch, AJ. Straight twitch.
We got a goodie box that came from Reap RC, so we got a bunch of servos here.
Do you go by Javier or AJ?
Javier.
All right, I'll go by Hobby. All right, cool. I just want to make sure because I knew you from AJ on the Book of Faces. So, yeah, man, this is by far like the most scaled comp truck I've ever had because I actually have people in there.
Sweet.
Oh,
I'm usually that guy that Javier, I know, and Rich, you would freak out. You know that ugly, super ugly turquoise type situation you got from Tamaya with the paint?
yeah.
Add pink windows, like hot pink with sparkles, because I have a 4-year-old daughter.
Yep.
He wins with pink sparkles every time.
Yep.
Yeah, Brad mentioned the gatekeeper, and that's the gatekeeper.
I was spying that. Are you gonna do what Jeremy has done with some of the testing and go with IFS in the front, or are you leaving it stock gatekeeper?
I'm not sure yet. I've been kicking around the idea on the IFS just because it's a rock racer with trailing arms, which seems like an independent front suspension would sort of look better.
Mm-hmm.
But I am enjoying the straight axle portion of it. I actually just took it out with my Capra, and I was pretty impressed at how that car ran with it pretty much kept pace with the Capra. A few times the Capra is just amazing. But this thing did absolutely, it was absolutely brilliant a couple of times where I was shocked, like, no,
So,
nothing works as good as the Capra. And then this thing would just go like, oh, okay. So something.
If I get one, I'm gonna blame Rich. Always blame somebody.
I'm actually gonna blame Jeremy Kilburn because I've been staring at his.
Big shout out to Jeremy.
Oh, you got the trio wheels.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Jeremy Kilburn, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I actually have this. This was the original body that was on my Element truck, but it's that Proline Colorado body that Jeremy cut up to put on his gatekeeper, and I've been eyeballing that quite a bit lately because I don't think I'd be opposed to butchering that body up to stick it on the gatekeeper because Jeremy's looks so sick.
Yeah,
and
Jeremy's looks so E9.
Yeah, that flat black is just.
Did you hear the story that was an accident? That was a happy accident that he came across that color and the way that all sits together.
No.
You need to ask him about it. I'm going to leave that dangling there. You need to ask him about it because he was about ready to like throw it out the window, and then it looked sick.
Yeah, the first pictures that I saw that I was like, oh, okay.
The attention to detail, man. That's all I can say. It's mind-boggling. My 10.3 is actually it's in my truck. I need to go grab that and bring it in for the night. He did that wiring, man, and I looked at it. I was like, Jeremy, I can't handle this. I can't. I'm like, you don't even want to see the rat's nest underneath this. And I even tried to be good with it in using zip ties and making wires shorter and twisting and stuff. It's still a rat's nest.
Yeah.
Jeremy's giving me crap. He's like, send it to me, I'll fix it.
It's why I in in most of my videos, it's why you will very rarely ever see the bodies off of my rigs. Occasionally I'll do a kind of review video of it,
Yeah.
but I usually pan around at angles so that you can't see the absolute nastiness that is my wiring setups, because I'm horrible. I try to make them clean, but it never turns out.
I would say though, the only one that I can say that's decently clean, it's a Sport that I put a Defender wheelbase on, and because I don't have any winches, I don't have anything else. It's just a 1080, a Holmes 21 turn, sport motor, and in a sport chassis. It's actually pretty clean. And the fact that I haven't cut up this body is a miracle in itself. You saw that Forerunner. A friend of mine was like, MJ, I'm going to take your scissors away from you because you totally disgraced that body. Here, I'll say it one more time just for Javier's OCD. Just because. Here's the front. Okay. It gets worse.
Oh Lord.
Oh, yeah. I am that comp driver that causes people to have new rules. And I do so proudly. So if you see the a new roll from a local group you get called broccoli soup roll, that's me. You're welcome.
That's awesome, man.
So Kevin's saying his dad was an electrician, so or because if he doesn't keep it neat, he's gonna hear the lecture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole another level right there. That's a whole nother level.
I have a Jeep hardbody that is on my Vanquish, and I wired all of the lights up and everything in it. And when you take the body off of that, it's horrific. I mean, there's duct tape in there, and I mean, there's wires going everywhere. I pull the body off of that, and I don't even look at it. I just put it up inside because it even drives me nuts. But like I said, I try, but I can't wire everything neatly and get it. It just never works out that way.
What about going to I'm sure you well maybe you don't. Harbor Freight, they have that wired sleeves that you can push through just to make everything look neater.
The shrink.
I have a roll of it here, and the one thing I have not figured out how to make it work right is when you cut the ends off of it.
Oh yes, yes.
And it frays out like crazy. Yeah. You try to stuff it into a piece of shrink wrap and then shrink it. I always get one piece that sticks out. It's like that one random beard hair that has to stick out. I have that every time I've tried to use it.
Again, I love how it keeps coming back to ask Jeremy. Because he has that crazy way of finding those details and making it work.
Oh yes, he's a master builder.
Yeah,
amazing. Yep,
that's an understatement.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just kind of looking through all the chats. So out of all your rigs, right? What's your go-to trail rig?
Go ahead, Rich.
See, it's hard for me not to say the Capra, just because that's probably the one. If I'm going someplace new I've never been, that's always the rig I take to the first time, because I know I can throw that at anything and it's pretty much going to work okay. Second would probably be a tie between the Bomber and my Enduro.
Okay.
I will say like Rich said, the Capra, right? Depends on the area. The Capra is just beast, man. Like a lot of people call it the cheetah rig, right?
The rig.
But now I've been using more the VS10 Pro, the Ultra. I've been using this lately. I love it, man. I've been very, very impressed with this rig so far. So as of now, this is what I'm using.
That's a beautiful truck, man.
Thank you, brother. This was big shout out to Highway One who
Yeah.
paint this for me. So
I was literally going to ask, is that a Johnny Rains body?
no, this was Highway One.
Um,
Painted, yeah, Jason
Nitro
Okay.
J.
Nitro J, yeah.
That's beautiful.
So big shout out to Highway One, man. Amazing guys, bro.
That's beautiful. Nice. That wow. Gorgeous.
Yeah, I have to say that the Vanquish is. I kind of ruined mine by putting a hard body on it, and it's so top heavy and wobbly. But it's such a capable rig. I've tinkered around with putting another body on it and just kind of running around at the house here, and it's crazy good.
The Ultra, the half cab came back to stock, I believe yesterday
Yeah,
on the Vanquish.
That's good to see.
So you know they're not gonna last long.
yeah,
They're probably gone by now.
Yeah.
They'll be gone tomorrow just because you said something.
yeah.
Nathan said, I'm looking at that new TF2 that's coming out, the blacked out one. So
Midnight.
the
Yeah.
midnight, I like that one. So eventually, I wanna build a TF2 like Nathan did his. I was very impressed with that TF2 that Nathan has. I used it in USD, which just amazing, man.
I have to give a giant shout out because when I was building this, I actually consulted Nathan quite often.
Yep.
And I've done a few changes since I last consulted him.
Mhm.
Flat out, if you guys look underneath, clearly I put her away wet, dirty, and satisfied. And I mean, you can see the rust from A&M Garage, all that. I did the transfer case flip. If you guys notice, those are Element Enduro axles
Oh,
Yeah.
on the JEC AR44 leaf mounts. It takes just a little bit of work, but they work. And that's how it's. And I mean, this thing is tight, very predictable, and you guys can see the stupid amount of steering that I get
yeah, I see
from
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a huge shout out on those Truro wheels. It kind of brings this thing up to the blink, almost like a mall crawler level.
Yep.
But
Mhm.
here's the best part for those who enjoy a little bit of competition. These actually have. I'm going to bring it up. You can see the air.
Oh, I
vent
see
stem.
that. Yeah, the air thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's piquing. I know that's piquing your interest because that's a scale detail.
Sick.
Yeah.
By
That
the
is
way,
point.
it is functional. You put a 1.5 mil, it'll come out. So that way, if you're in the mountains, you put it together in the mountains, you come back down, or you put it together down here and you go up, and you have that weird air pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Tires suck in. You can release
Yeah.
the pressure and equalize it, and you're good to go.
Ah, that is sick, bro. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get a TF2 because of Nathan. So
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
into that.
Nathan's the Marlin crawler
Yeah.
that pretty much sold me that at some point I need a leaf rig.
Yep.
I
You
have
one.
I've steered away from it so far, but Sean's RC Adventures,
Yep.
he got a TF2 maybe 5 or 6 months ago, Javier.
Upgraded to the max. Yep.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
mean it was fully tricked out.
Yep.
And the first picture I saw, that I was like, oh yeah,
Yep.
I need to have a leaf rig.
Yeah. Sean loved that rig. He loves
Yeah.
that rig.
If
Yep.
you're gonna do a leaf rig like that, either get one and know what you're gonna go through from a reputable, or build the kit and put the right electronics in it. Do the motor drop. The motor drop is actually really easy, but you have to get a different pinion and spur. I'm running a 10 pinion on that and a 56 spur. Man, that thing is stupid fast. But I also have an outrunner on it, a 2000 kV Three Brothers outrunner with a micro Sidewinder 4. You'd be surprised at the low speed control. I actually, so one of our local events, Tom Asher, the owner of Three Brothers, came out, and it's entertaining because a lot of my trucks have Three Brothers motors and Reef servos.
Mhm.
I know it is what it is, but this thing is stupidly quiet. I did something. I got lucky with the tuning. I know you guys. I'm taking a stab at you. That outrunner drive your ears crazy.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm waiting. Actually, I got two there. I got the two revolver. I got a 1400 and 2200 kV. I'm waiting for that ESC that Homes Hobby is creating to
I'm one of the random people that likes it. To me, it just sounds cool. I always thought of it as like it's like a nuclear powered RC.
You know what? It's funny because like you throw it in Holmes, it really is. It has a very distinctive
yeah
sound. Like,
Yeah.
but you'd be surprised if you guys check out. There's a video from VA Scalar's Turkey Trot event. That's right, and microphones make the outrunner sound worse than it really is. You need to watch that the first few minutes of it because you'll be surprised how quiet that truck is. It is insane. I've never heard an outrunner that quiet. And I mean, so that's a fun part about that particular truck. I think it's built to the max too. So you guys have any rear steers?
So what?
Rear steer.
No, none
Nope.
of my rigs. Nope,
I have not made a rear steer yet.
not yet.
I like the key word.
Not yet.
Yet.
It's, I am planning at some point next year. I'm gonna build a second Capra, and I'm gonna make it I want to go full metal axles, rear steer. It's just a matter of waiting until all the planets line up so I can make that happen.
Make sure take a look at those Trio axles because they really are the cat's meow.
I've seen that. I'm looking for those to put it on my Gladiator.
I was blessed to get a set of back in July or so, July, August.
When it first came out, yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you, from experience, I've put my 10-3 through some tough situations. I'm very surprised that they don't have any more scuffing. Whenever the coating they use, it glides over rocks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's 70-75, so which is very super hard and it just glides over rocks to begin with, but their coating is like it's super durable.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out those that offering from Trio, man.
And that's why I was holding back, So now I know I can order them because I was, man, should I order them? And the price is right too for metal axles is I like that price too.
For
because I know
metal axles.
Yep.
Yeah, because I built my Vanquish from parts. It was the VS410 chassis kit. I had the Curry axles, front and rear, already, and the incision links, everything. So it's a Vanquish, but it was just built from the parts. And the one thing I have disliked the most about the Vanquish axles is they stick to everything. They're like, because I don't have the portals.
Mhm.
And it's sort of a matte. I have just a clear finish,
Mhm.
but it's kind of a matte finish on the Vanquish Curries. And I actually put a Wordy made guard on the rear one because I had so many problems in the beginning with the rear end getting hung up on. It seemed like everything. It just seemed like it didn't want to drag over anything. It just wanted to plant itself on a rock and stick there.
Gotcha.
And even taking away a little bit of ground clearance with that Wordy made skid pad on the bottom, it still makes a world of difference that it slides over things a lot easier.
That's quite interesting. Now in full disclosure, I don't own a Vanquish. I'm never opposed to purchasing one. So keep that in mind. But that's the first I've actually heard of them wanting to plant like that.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, and I heard about that a lot too, and that's why I waited for the Ultra when it came out. I said, okay, this is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the portals having a big advantage because it gives you just that extra little bit. And yeah, it was something that was surprising to me because when I originally bought those axles, I started out with my first crawler was the Axial Jeep Rubicon. And I just went through and I tricked it all out. And that was one of the first things I bought was the Curry axles. Because being in off-road racing previously, it was a name I recognized. It was like, oh, that's cool. I got to have that. And like the first few times that I went out and did like some real crawling with it, I was like, wow, these kind of doesn't work that great. And part of it is that weird pumpkin of the Curry design, I think, as well, because there is kind of a point on there. So as it's going over things, it kind of has like a little teeter-totter pivot to it. But I also noticed that the finish of it isn't really that smooth. So it's actually good that you say that about the T-Reel because that's something I've been looking at for the Gatekeeper.
Sweet.
Definitely look into it. I know that the Axial 10.3 and Capras are the 70-75s. Keep your eye out for more element stuff to be coming out. There's a huge push on that coming from just everybody, guys like as well as the market can totally handle that. In full disclosure as well, I'm on the Trio as a brand ambassador.
I saw that. Congratulations, bro. I saw that last week.
Congrats.
Appreciate that. But I mean, the beautiful thing is, I'm kind of a tester. I mean, I'm sure you guys have saw some of my videos. I'm ruthless. On any vehicle that I own, with the exception of the TF2, because I know it's very fragile. But anything else, I will send hard. And the trails have held up. I actually just ordered for the 10.3 and Capras, the inner and outer portals that coming out. They're 70-75.
Okay.
I mean, that'll sure up any kind of question of anywhere breaking. Because right now I'm under stock.
I have my. I'm blaming MJ for ordering my my axles material.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
If my wife asks, hey, it's his fault, not mine.
Hey, I'm that you know what? That's fun. Tell her, blame me. It's a story of my life. I'll just pretend it's like other thing, like the missus upstairs, where hey, words. I don't know what they said.
And I got them on my wish list. I was looking at them I almost pulled the trigger on it last week, and I was waiting for somebody, like I said earlier, that said that, man, $98 for those is a steal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's 70-75. a CNC aluminum. It's
Yeah.
a solid price for a solid piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going back to these wheels, I like the weight in it. They're heavy, man. They're heavy. And it comes with the tools and everything. You know, you could get scale hardware too, man. So I'm liking this, man.
You know what's also really cool? You can also get rings to in different color rings.
Yes, I've seen that. The
Yeah.
blue ones, the I think got green ones.
They got orange ones.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how I need to see a set of the orange ones in person. So
Okay.
that way I can compare them to this monstrosity. I mean, guys, you can see my inner fenders, right? When that's monstrosity, it's monstrosity. Is it gonna get painted? No, it's too much weight. That adds too much weight. But no, that's you're exactly right. Like the scale aspect. A buddy of mine, Desmond Mooney. Are you guys familiar with him?
Yes, I heard about them.
All right, so Desmond he's a big 1-to-1 off-roader too. And he was putting together 40-inch bead locks in his living room. Like, yeah, like he was putting the full tires together because he just got brand new tires. He took the Pitbull, the legit Pitbull 47s off his truck. And he's doing a big swap with everything. And yeah, that's kind of, he was putting it together, and I'm just like, wow, that's a 1-to-1 bead lock. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm no stranger to E-rated tires. Don't get me wrong, but
the best part about that was he's doing it in his living room.
That's the truth.
Before I got married, there was plenty of night that I had my dirt bikes literally in my living room, working on them, watching TV.
So now that they're in the basement watching TV once she goes to sleep.
Yeah. They're not allowed in the house.
That she knows of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Most of my RCs originally just appear like many other aspects of many other hobbies that I'm sure that we share. Things just appeared.
It's like sometimes we talk about getting parts and we're thinking about building a rig or getting a different rig around that part.
Mhm.
Every time I look at this, I think I'm gonna get the TRX6, the white one, with this rim.
Yeah.
If you can see my 6x6.
I see that.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to throw this out here. I have the first delivery box sitting in there that says TRX4 on it.
What?
Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second, guys.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. So I'm thinking I think they will look sick on the TRX6 white.
Yeah.
A local hobby shop here has one, man. I know that they're hard to find. With the
the white ones are like unicorns.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look freaking sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been eyeballing those wheels, and then Scoot with the pictures that he was sending the other night.
Oh yes.
All right.
The boom racing with all
Boom
the
racing. Yeah, from Dixieland.
colors. Those are
There it is.
Wow, that is crazy, bro.
Oh,
that's
here's
cool.
the other part that's even more important.
That is sick, man. That is sick, man.
That was well worth the drive to White Rose.
And everybody I heard the hat ones, they love them. The weight, they're very amazing, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Is that your case?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be straight honest with you. The only thing that I've done to that truck, outside of clearly replaced electronics, is one little piece of brass on the front for the diff cover.
That's wow.
But I know everybody has their love of tires. I am in no way sponsored by them, but in many ways they've probably gotten 4 digits worth of my money. I am addicted to the KLRMs.
Oh, nice.
I mean, there ain't nowhere these things don't go. I may have competed in top truck challenges with that truck
Mm-hmm.
and come out very well. I put
Wow.
4S to it on a stock. The axles, I did break a panhard mount because I sent it up a fifth scale double jump, and I was about 6 inches from landing it.
Wow.
I might have been in second gear on 4S with a Holmes Hobby Polar Pro 2700 on it. But if I would have had 3800, I would have made it.
Yeah, man. I've been looking
That's-
into getting one of those 6x6s, man. So, like I was telling Rich, a local hobby shop here, they have a white one, man. So I'm looking to getting that one.
Watch out, because your wife might steal it.
I know. Well, that's why this is hers.
Okay.
When I first bought the 10-3, she said, "I like that Jeep. You know that's mine, right?" I said, "Oh my." So she went and picked the color. She went and put flowers in it and paint the driveway with the flowers and stuff. And right there, Army wife. So yeah.
Beautiful.
So it's not mine no more.
You know, if you do get that white 6x6, that one might become yours, or she might claim both.
You know how it is. Yep.
I do.
Yeah.
See, that's how I tend to get mine. Is I'm like, hey, honey, I'm gonna buy this one for you and build it.
Good point.
Except she never uses it, so it needs to get used.
Exactly.
Hey, great example. Great opportunity to send it. Hey, yeah. All right, we got lots of stuff. All right, so yeah, Travis got his as well. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I really appreciate that 6x6. I've seen it pull as many lines as your Capra has in just as many sketchy situations.
Wow.
The nice thing, and the only other thing that I think anybody should do outside of the traditional servo, and ESC motor,
Electronics, yeah.
is put those Reef 99s in. So, and that's it. You don't have to touch, and of course, a TXRX. But
Yeah.
after that, you don't have to touch it.
Yep.
It's a stupid solid truck.
And that's usually what I do when I get either Traxxas. I just replace the electronics.
Now, do you guys run water or like heavy stupid stuff?
Well, not me. I don't. Well, it's rare. I hate putting my rigs into water or stuff like that. So not in my case.
Okay.
I just finished editing a video at the beach,
Yeah.
and I definitely put my rigs through water, and I put them through salt water.
Oh.
A couple of weeks ago, I was actually telling the story on our show about the bomber that I had taken it to the beach. I had run it. I had brought it home, sort of just cleaned it off generally, put it up on the shelf, and came back home the next day. Every bolt rusted.
Yep.
Gears, bearings, the Capra. See, I had the Capra pretty much. I was probably one of the first ones around the area that got one.
Okay.
And I think I've gone through about 6 or 7 bearing sets in the portals for the Capra, because
Salt water.
in the beginning I was running it at the beach a ton.
Yeah.
And I actually submarined that thing a couple of times in salt water. That it's a testament to that it's a pretty solid rig from Axial, that it's put up with that kind of abuse. But yeah, I have a couple rigs I won't run in the water just because of the light kits and all the electronics won't survive that. But most of my rigs, I keep them pretty simple. and everything's waterproof. So I will go full submarine.
So my personal nemesis is mud. Clearly, I have the mud tires, so I have to use them. Well, in one opportunity, I might have killed 13 bearings in that 6x6,
Ouch.
and I completely locked up a Polar Pro.
Whoa.
Here's where it gets fun. Here's where the fun. So everybody that's in RC knows Justin from Holmes Hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I got at him. I ordered a rebuild kit, and I ordered, and I did as much stuff. And I flat out told him, I'm like, listen, you know me, you know my reputation. Here's the video. Let me know if I need to buy more parts than just this. He sent me back these pictures. It looked like the truck had been in salt water, except I know for a fact it had never been. It never been in brackish water. It had always either been in just mud or fresh water. It was like the actual sensor board was corroded so badly. It was disgusting. And he's like, I don't know what you did, but this is the first time I've ever seen this. And he deals with a lot of stupidity on a daily basis.
That's the tricky part with mud.
Yep.
Mud, you never know what's in it. And, because it's the water mixing with everything else that's in the soil, you never know what's in there.
That's true. That's a very, very, very good point. The only thing I can't confirm is there's not salt water because it was too high in elevation.
Yeah.
Now, anything else? I don't know, because I was along Bull Run Creek, and I mean, if you guys know any kind of Civil War battle history, Manassas, Bull Run, that area, full of history, and I would not be surprised if there was some contaminants from the Civil War inside that area.
Yeah, it's a very real possibility.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mud usually burns out motors. No, mud, Brad, you got to understand, I have a whole new level of burning out stuff that I don't think you've ever seen. and for those who know, I even got a call from Reef himself. He's like, MJ, what did you do?
That's
I'm not gonna go farther than that, but it was really, I was sitting at work and I saw it was a California number and it was a Reef, and he's like, MJ, stop.
Yeah, and I mean, like Justin Holmes, Reef's probably seen pretty much everything you can think of.
Yep.
His words were, "I've never seen this."
Yeah, luckily I have not achieved that. But for me, it's just salt water, and I know the evils of salt water. I've lived right next to the beach pretty much my whole life, so salt water just kills everything.
Yep.
And the first time I decided I was going to go to the beach and film was with the Capra. And I even told myself, like, oh yeah, this is probably not a good idea. I'm probably going to ruin this thing by taking it down there, running it around in the sand and the wet sand, the salt water all over the rocks. And yeah, sure enough, I think I'd had my Capra for about 2 weeks when I heard that telltale squeal of a bearing going out. And when I pulled the rear portal covers off of it, it was just solid orange.
Ooh, yummy. Yummy.
Yeah.
So I mean, you may as well take care of those, just like we got to take care of our fishing rods. I'm a huge fisherman, by the way. In a heartbeat, I will drive 4 hours, 4.5 hours, which should be a 6 hour drive to the Outer Banks, um, in a heartbeat, and hit that Oregon Inlet. Yeah, because hey, that's the best place to go. And down there toward Manio, if you guys are from ever been to the Outer Banks.
I have.
Okay, so right where I'm talking about, right? Just south of Kitty Hawk. Thank you. What's that donut place? Oh my gosh, I can see it. I can taste it. What is that donut place? We have a bunch around us now. It'll come to me because I'm a fat guy. Yeah, like I actually want to go down there. I want to take a couple of my trucks and fish and boat, of course, and get some video down there. But you guys bring up a great point. You've got to take care of it. If you're into fishing, you got to take care of it like you take care of your rods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to spray that down. That's why we waterproof our rigs with that good solid fresh water and get it out of that air as much as possible.
And I have this is sort of my saltwater secret weapon. I've been using this stuff for years. This stuff is bulletproof. I mean, this basically I run this. They run a lot of the jet ski racers and guys like that. They use this for racing in the ocean, and I've used this on motorcycles for years.
Okay.
And even saltwater can eat that stuff, which is, it's almost, like I said, it's almost bulletproof. And I had my capper axles packed with that stuff. It was just virtually just caked in there to just block out as much of the salt water as I could. And it's still,
wow.
It's still, I still eat up bearings like crazy.
Wow. Have you gone to ceramic bearings or stainless steel?
I've tried stainless steel. I actually went to Boca Bearings and bought a bunch of ceramic stainless steel bearings.
Yeah, they ain't cheap.
And they're not cheap. And the problem with ceramic is ceramic doesn't react well with sand.
Okay.
And that was the big problem I ran into with those was pretty much everywhere I go here, I'm more or less in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much everywhere I go, there's sand. I almost can't get away from it. And sand gets everywhere, no matter how well you seal everything up, the sand gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And that was, I ate through the set of ceramic bearings in probably about 4 trips of running.
Wow. So
and I have ceramic bearings in my associated race buggy. And our racetrack specifically doesn't have any sand in it. It's all clay. I've never had a problem with them whatsoever in my crawler rigs. So now I go to McMaster-Carr and I just stock up on the cheapest, crappiest bearings they sell. So I can replace bearings all day long. There's a few rigs that I have gone like Fast Eddie's or Jim's bearings in, and they'll last a little bit. They'll last a little bit longer. A good sealed bearing works pretty good. But even the seals can't keep out the dreaded sand.
Wow, that's good to know. Because there's certain areas that I actually advocate either stainless steel or ceramics for, especially with the TRX4. You have those outer portal bearings that go, and the 4 input and output bearings on the transmission. Yeah. Most people know only about the 2 where the drive shafts come in and out respectively, but the other 2, there's one that's it's just got that little nub, and then on the opposite side, those love to go. Those are the 4 bearings that I kill the most personally. and then the outer bearings are the last. But yeah, you're. I really think I think what might be the better aspect, and actually Brad just brought it up. Titanium ball bearings might be a better situation to get
Yeah.
away from that, especially because you got that sand, man. What
Mhm.
do you see Javier?
We're here in Florida, so we see a lot of sand. So yeah, I
And
usually go with jeans bearing and fast eddies
yeah,
bearings, but I had never used the ceramic, used stainless steel, whatever. Yeah.
and that's the sand that we have here is super, super fine. It's
Yep.
almost silt-like,
Yep.
and that's the killer. Like normal big thick grainy beach sand is not too bad, but it's really this fine silky sand that I get. It's usually the stuff that gets blown up after the tide goes in and out. The silkier sand will be a little bit farther away from the water line, but that's typically where I'm crawling at. That's where the rocks are at.
Okay.
So I'm crawling in and out of that soft silky sand a lot.
Okay, so is that the uh, so I'm just trying to like put it in perspective. I know there's a particular that's off-road recovery. Is it kind of like that sand that we as soon as you just put a tire or any kind of weight on it, it just like bows out and you can watch everything form to it?
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like quicksand.
Wow, wow. Being a fat guy, that would suck.
It's really treacherous. Like you see a lot of the Baja racer guys, because they have a lot of it down in Baja, and a lot of the guys that run the 500 1000, especially the bike guys, um, because you really don't see it. It just looks like regular sand. And if you're buzzing along at 90 100 miles an hour and you hit it, you're instantly blind, and you go from 90 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour. And it's one of those, it's a change your shorts moment. Um, but it'll literally grind you almost to a dead stop, almost instantly. It's just, and you'll sink, some of the trucks and the buggies, they'll sink in, 2 or 3 feet deep into it.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's insane.
and I think it's fairly unique to sort of this area of this desert area of California and Baja California, um, just because of it's so dry here. We have virtually no humidity.
Wow,
And
I'm just staring at in disbelief because that's crazy. Meanwhile, like you guys are in Florida, you're the kings of humidity.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
I mean, DC is not too far behind Florida, but I think you guys win.
That's why I love the cold. I grew up in New York, so I love the cold. Right now here in Florida, it's rare. We are in 37 right now.
wow,
Where are we at
that
now?
is cold for Florida.
It
Okay,
is real
Google.
cold for
What is the
Florida.
temperature outside?
In Manassas Park, it's currently 39 degrees.
Yeah,
You're colder in Florida than you are here in Virginia.
yeah, brother. That's crazy.
I'm jealous.
I'm at a big whopping 57.
So that said, I mean, I was wondering, Javier. I heard a little bit of that New York accent in there. I was wondering, but it's definitely a lot of it's gone away.
Oh yeah, man. Like I used to go between New York and Puerto Rico. Uh, but most of my family, my dad, my aunts, they were born in New York. So yeah, we stay out there in the Bronx.
That's funny. I've got a colleague that was from the Bronx, and he goes up there quite often. I mean, I don't know if he's going up as much, in the past 6-8 months or whatnot. But man, he's as New York as you're going to get. And being with the professional aspect, he and I work together very closely, and we were the two loudest with the loudest possible class ever, and it made some people unhappy.
Yeah.
Because you got
I miss New York, man. I
New
miss the
York's a
food.
special kind of
I miss
special
the
kind of
food
loud.
there. Yeah.
You got good, great sandwiches too.
Oh, sandwiches, pizza. Oh my God, everything. Chinese food. I miss everything there.
Yeah. New York is the place where you can get any kind of food you want.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
whatever you're in the mood for, you can find it.
Yep. Yep.
You
And I
know,
think
in some ways, our area is not super far behind that, but definitely New York has a giant edge on that. That or we have been my wife and I have been known to go to Philadelphia just for a cheesesteak and then turn around and come back home.
my my wife and I have a place, so probably about 3.5 hour drive. And we will literally drive there for seafood. Because it's one specific restaurant that's one of our favorites, and we will make that drive just to go eat there.
Sweet.
And maybe spend 45 minutes, a half an hour walking around a little bit, and then drive back home.
I love my seafood too. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is it's a place called Morro Bay, and they have this huge sandbar that actually makes the bay, and it's about 3 miles long, and it is basically it's a fishing village more or less.
Nice.
And the thing that has made it famous over the years is the great white shark attacks that happened
Yeah.
just outside the harbor.
Yeah.
They had two attacks in like a 30-minute span one day.
Wow. Crazy, man.
Wow. I
But
mean,
they have some of the most amazing seafood there.
Fresh.
Yeah,
Yep. I love that, man. Yeah.
literally coming in off the boats.
there's one particular restaurant, it's a sushi restaurant down in the Outer Banks. It's been a while since I've been to the Outer Banks, but when we go, we make a point to stop there because exactly like you said, it's right off the boat.
Yeah. Comes off the boat, goes in the back door, it goes in the pot, or it start getting chopped up right there. It might still be flopping around as they're prepping it.
That's a minor detail. All right, gentlemen. I mean, it's been almost 2.5 hours.
Yes, brother.
We started chatting. Gentlemen, it was great to actually get a chance to talk to you. Is that a cat? Are
Yeah,
you really poking?
she's dead. She's been sitting there the whole time, just dead.
I saw her like right next to your bomber for a
Yeah.
while. My pup's at my feet right now. He's being ridiculous, sleeping on that pillow again.
Yeah.
It's been an honor, brother. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, you guys are very welcome. Thank you for being able to come on. Javier, Rich, and Justin making the sandwiches. Which I'm not gonna lie, I might even go to Wawa. My boss is gonna be coming in first thing in the morning to do an evaluation, and I still might go to Wawa because I a sandwich. So, gentlemen, like we said, thank you guys very much for coming on. I really enjoyed the conversation. I didn't even realize how much time had elapsed until I looked at the clock.
No,
Yeah. Didn't even realize what time it was myself.
yes.
Well, you're still over on the West Coast, so you still have a little bit of ability to get a few things done. Me, I'm just I gotta sleep. So, gentlemen, hey, thank you very much. We should do this again sometime.
And anytime,
brother.
brother. Absolutely.
Keep that link I sent you guys. That's kind of it is a standing link.
Gotcha.
So it's set up for whenever, and then hey, we get the urge. Let's
Yeah,
we can do something. Maybe a holiday special of shenanigans.
yeah. We
Epic
could bring
proportions.
some of the guys here. We can bring Nathan and some of the guys, Sean, some of the guys here.
Yeah.
You know, earlier this season, I actually had Mike George on as well. Uh,
Love
Yeah.
Mike.
get Mike in on this.
Yeah.
He hates the spotlight, so
You know, most of them, they were in our show for the first time. And Eric Warren was the first time being in ERC. Javier also was the first time being in any show.
Yeah.
So we love those guys for doing that commitment with us.
yeah. And that's I'm glad to see somebody else also getting that, doing the interviews and talking about the hobby, as well as not only your mission as well as your mission. That's awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, you guys are welcome. So, to our viewers, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. I need to give out a specific shout out to my sponsors as well. Carry LRC, we got Reefs, which has been mentioned a couple of times, Northwest Scalar Designs, SRDLV, UC Trio. I mean, literally, Javier just. Oh, don't forget the 10.3, the shock mount towers. The weak spot on that is the panhard where it meets the shock mount.
I already got the T-Real ones
Yeah.
installed on mine on both.
Yeah, that's the magic piece right there.
Yeah.
That brings everything all together, so you
Yeah.
don't have to add anything to your order.
Yes,
Awesome.
I already got that on mine. Both of them installed.
Awesome. A final shout out over Nathan. By the way, thank you very much for bringing that duck donuts up. Appreciate that. By the way, I'm gonna have to hit that this weekend. I know I'm trying to get skinny again, but too much good food around here.
I know, right?
Thank you guys to our viewers that have stuck with us for the whole time. Brad, Nathan's been in here. I don't know if Kevin's still in. He might have been falling asleep because I don't
Yeah, he
blame
left.
him.
Yeah. He checked out a bit ago.
I know it's past our bedtime. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. I really appreciate the conversation. I look forward to having you guys on and doing another chat sooner than later.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to close off the live on the YouTube, and we can go back into the after hours and chat from there.